walking across. I don't know. Especially when you're expecting to. Because there's some people who are taking an extra semester on purpose. Yeah. And for them, they'll walk with whatever class they choose.
Of course they are.
If it's offered during the summer, otherwise. And then like St. Mary's has a bachelor's program that are usually geared towards but like other undergrads also like that. Yeah, it's for some.
You're so close.
Not quite. No, it was like actually. I know.
Close, but you don't get your food, but you still are able to
I don't either. You know what would be really funny if they just passed it out.
Hi! Are you guys coming?
you have those piece of paper and see how long it takes somebody to ask what it's for. Yeah.
You should do something like that in York. You just walk in and you have the invitation, and then you just sit there. You just sit there and you just wait.
What's your major?
Psychology.
Oh, so you'll have one next year then, for sure.
Yeah.
Whether anybody will go.
I'm sure Alex takes a day off just to come down.
No, I
did drink the night before. Are you kidding me?
I'll be presenting on the internship in December at the psychology symposium, which is nice because a lot less you can go to that.
Connor!
They're all the same. Very
When I ate them and I looked at you, I was like, champagne admission.
It's kind of orange for your hair. Or brown.
What?
Oh man, either are great colors.
That's great.
Yeah.
So ETS.
I mean, I do directly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want some company for the looking out of the hat?
If you want, you know how my endeavors are. Like I just kind of wander around.
Yeah. I just don't have anything to do.
Okay.
Until 6 o'clock when the club starts. So like I really have nothing to homework, nothing.
Tell Connor I'm in here.
Connor is in here.
Yes.
Just like
I'm hoping.
yeah, but it's nice to have like every sort of
Perfect. Sorry, I did shit.
For the audience.
I think Maddie's here. Oh, mine. Sure. Are you guys Amanda's family? Yep. See the red hair. And the front row. Yeah, and the front row.
Well, she told us to say she
You're her moral support.
Keep the door in the back.
Free and clear on this one.
It's just a simple.
Yeah. Callie May is going to do an information session with parents. I like it every year to be simple because otherwise you have to on your phone. Everything.
Well, no, they tell me. So check the refresh.
I love that.
I think you would, it's already, how do I turn this back on? It's fine, so.
Yeah, but with that, I don't think
We're going to get started here for our first session for this afternoon. I'm Michael Ritzheichik. I teach out of the business department. I teach a couple of the business intelligence classes. If you're interested, we have some information here for you that you can pick up at the end on some of those classes. We have Tara and Amanda here today to talk about comments that you leave through a technique called text mining. So companies out there are using this technique to figure out what the world is saying through text without reading a single letter or word, using mathematics and things like that. Here you go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Like Ritzheichik said, I'm Amanda, and this is Tara. And we're going to be presenting a model on text mining. So to start, with these slips of paper in front of you, what we would like you all to do is take some time to write down a tweet or a Facebook post that you would actually send out in the next 2 weeks about finals, summer coming up, moving out, going back home, summer activities, things like that. So it can be anything. And an example is so excited for summer, 2K17 to start, #fun. So put what you want on there and we'll collect those at the end. Right, so just an overview of our project. So what we did is we scraped social media comments from Kaggle and just kind of what social media scraping is. So you analyze and extract actual patterns and trends from raw social media data. And we got this information from Kaggle, and that's a site that pulls data sets. And it's mostly used for researchers in competitions. And so the researcher poses a question about the data set, and anyone in the public can go and answer their set of questions. And so from our combined data sets, both Twitter and Facebook, we had 75,748 comments. And we trimmed those down for evenness between gender, so we ended up with 56,000 comments total, with 28,000 female and 28,000 male. And then afterwards, we assigned a gender to them. Either it was given in from Kaggle or we had to manually code it in, given the name. And some of those names, whether they were gender neutral or stuff like that, they were taken out just so that our data wasn't skewed. And so text mining is the main process that we use throughout our project. And this was mainly used while we cleansed our data. So what we did, cleaning our data, is we used the substitution formula within Excel, and we stripped the comments of all punctuation, so periods, commas, exclamation points, question marks, things like that. And we actually, for some of those, like exclamation point and question mark, we put in the actual substitute, the actual word for it. So like exclamation within little asterisks, and then question mark within little asterisks as well. And so then after that, we parsed the data, made it text to columns, and then cut up the data as well. And finally, tokens were created. And for those of you who might not know what a token is, it's kind of like a pivot table in the most simplest form. And just a real-world example of what text mining is spam classification within your email. So it's like you see in your email, you have a separate spam folder. Text mining in the email sends those emails to a different folder and not into your inbox. Okay, so just to be clear, parsing is putting the individual word into a cell, and a token is a word. So this slide is the naive Bayes formula, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I just wanted to put this up so that you can see that there is a mathematical formula behind it. And so basically what the formula is saying is we're taking the probability of the class, which is the gender of the data, equals the probability of the data of the class times the probability of the class over the probability of the data. You don't need to remember that. And so these are just common tokens that we found female. So smiley faces and exclamation points 71% of those occurrences within the comments were females. And same with the form, any form of thank you, 77% of occurrences with any form of thank you, thanks, etc. were found within females. And it's same with love, so 76% of those occurrences were found within females.
So this was just kind of something fun to share with you about the data set that we had. So we thought it was really interesting that smiley faces and exclamation points, the form of thank you and the form of love, were, when they were present in the data, they were more present within the females.
And then these are just graphs of other findings. As you can see, exclamation and question mark were both the top two types of tokens that were found in both male and female, but they were obviously a lot more prevalent within the females' tokens rather than the males.
Okay, so this is the model. This is just a broken down, shorter version of it. So this one has 4 example test comments. So here's the 4 test comments, and then down here it would be the naive Bayes formula. And so this is the naive Bayes prediction for males, and this is the naive Bayes prediction for females. And then what happens is over there on the orange part, whichever is greater is what the prediction will say that it is. And so if it matches with the class, then we have a match. And then the pink shows there what percentage accuracy the model will be. So in this case, you can see there's 2 1s and 2 0s in the match column. So that's 50% accuracy. So for our model, we ran 8 different tests. Each test had 18 comments, and so we had an average accuracy of 69%. Our highest accuracy among the 8 tests was 83%. And so pretty much what this means is 69% of the time we could predict the gender based on the comment coming from Facebook and Twitter. And so just some other fun things is we took 73 male comments, and of those 73, we predicted 48 correctly. And it was pretty much the same for females. Something interesting to note is that the average token length for predicted comments was 18, and the average token length for incorrectly predicted comments was 12. So those that were predicted accurately had more tokens. Also, we wanted to do something beyond just comments, so we also looked at Twitter descriptions. And so if anybody doesn't know what a Twitter description is, it's that description underneath your Twitter username. So for example, Inamote's Twitter description is, oh hey. And so we took 8,066 Twitter descriptions from Kaggle, and the gender was given for those. And so we did the same thing. We wanted to know if we could predict the gender of the account based on the Twitter description. And we found that it was 71% accurate, so a little bit more accurate than comments. And for this one, we also took 18 comments for each of the 8 tests. We had a high accuracy of 94%, and so pretty good. And then just some future ideas that text mining can be used for is sentiment analysis for a business, cybercrime prevention, fraud detection, and then also competitive analysis for a business. Okay, so now we want to collect your white pieces of paper, and we're actually going to use our model to see if we can predict your gender.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Someone could be really close to
Oh, this is coming.
Yeah, it is.
Make sure I don't get any spelling errors. Oh my God.
Yeah, check that. Male or female, death cannot come soon enough.
Male.
Male.
Oh, come on, Betty, you should know that.
Uh-oh. Did you? Oh, I forgot.
Yes.
All right. Well. Okay. Is this male or female?
Female.
I'll just do a few then, since nobody put their gender on here. Someone did. I saw it.
Oh, I didn't know we were
Put our
supposed to.
gender? Oh.
Death.
If it's ours, we can say our gender when you type it.
Yeah, do that. Okay. Where are we at? This one. Female. Sarah's. Let's see.
No, not at all. I mean, it's a Twitter, Facebook thing, man. That's how it works.
Can you tell by the handwriting?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've already said when you get to Connor's, you'll know which one it is.
I will know.
From his
This one is Connor's. Is that yours?
Yeah, of course. It's not that, remember, it's unique.
Is that a male? This is male. Male. I don't know what that is. Okay, we'll just. Okay. Okay, can we use this one?
Stop typing when people are watching.
Yeah. Okay. Harold. Alright. So we'll just take this many for now. And so what you can see here is that by clicking to the cell, there's a substitution formula. It's cleaning the comments, getting rid of any sort of punctuation that may have been there. The trim gets rid of extra spaces. Lower makes it all into lowercase. And then you get your final cleaned comment here at the end. So I'll copy and paste these over. All right. Not very accurate. Oh, but I still have it over 42, that's why. That's better. 69% accurate. And so that was just to show you guys how easy it is. And so now you can see over here that exclamation point or exclamation and question mark are in there substituted. So that's that. Any questions?
Oh.
I don't know.
It is magic.
I have a question.
Yes.
So with the example that you gave with the Facebook between male and female statuses, what would Facebook use that information for?
Great question. So companies in particular can use scraping social media sites to gain sentiment analysis. So they can gather comments. They can look specifically for people who are making comments about their business by searching their company's title, and then they can do text mining to create a token catalog and see what people are saying about their company. And you can sort those between positive and negative comments, or even just use reoccurring tokens to find out what types of words people are associating your company with. And you can use those words in advertisements or figure out if you even like what people are saying about your company, and maybe you need to do something different, like, oh, they're using this adjective, but actually I want people to talk about it in this way, so we're going to gear an advertisement toward that. So, any other questions?
I'm off.
Okay, thank you.
Good job. I'm glad you used that. This is the direction.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. Oh, there's this.
Oh, yeah. This is
I don't want to.
Just for.
I want to know.